Every product has a story, a journey from raw materials to finished innovation. Step inside the world's most advanced factories and discover the machines, technology, and processes that make it all possible. Welcome to Process Intelligence AI, where industry meets intelligence, how toilet paper is made from waste paper complete manufacturing process. Introduction: what happens to waste paper after it is thrown away? In this factory, discarded paper is given a second life through an advanced recycling process that transforms waste paper into soft, hygienic toilet paper rolls used by millions of people every day. From collection and sorting to pulping, cleaning, drying, rewinding, and packaging. Every stage is performed by highly automated machinery operating continuously around the clock. Let's follow the complete journey from waste paper to finished toilet paper rolls. NITU Stage 1. Collection and sorting of waste paper. The manufacturing process begins with the collection of waste paper from offices, printing facilities, supermarkets, warehouses, and recycling centers. Truckloads of used paper arrive at the factory where workers and automated sorting systems separate recyclable paper from unwanted materials such as plastic, metal, tape, cardboard contaminants, and other debris. Only suitable grades of paper are selected for toilet paper production. The sorted paper is compressed into large bales and transported to the pulping section. This initial sorting stage is critical because the quality of the incoming raw material directly affects the quality of the final toilet paper product. Stage 2. Shredding and size reduction. Before recycling can begin, the paper must be broken down into smaller pieces. Large conveyor belts feed the paper bales into powerful industrial shredders. Massive rotating blades tear the paper into thousands of small fragments. The shredded material is easier to process and allows water and chemicals to penetrate the fibers more efficiently during pulping. Once shredded, the paper pieces are automatically transferred to the next stage through conveyor systems. Stage 3. Pulping process. Now the transformation begins. The shredded paper enters giant pulpers filled with water. Inside these large tanks, powerful agitators continuously mix the paper and water together. As the fibers absorb moisture, the paper gradually breaks apart and forms a thick slurry known as pulp. The goal of this stage is to completely separate the cellulose fibers from the original paper structure. After several hours of mixing and processing, the waste paper is transformed into a uniform fiber suspension ready for purification. Stage 4. Screening and contaminant removal. Although the paper has been pulped, it still contains unwanted contaminants. The pulp is pumped through a series of screens, filters, and cleaning systems. These machines remove staples, glue particles, plastic fragments, ink residues, sand, and other impurities. Advanced centrifugal cleaners spin the pulp at high speed, forcing heavier contaminants away from the usable fibers. Multiple cleaning stages ensure that only clean cellulose fibers continue through the production line. By the end of this stage, the pulp is significantly cleaner and more suitable for tissue production. Stage 5. Deinking and fiber cleaning. Most recycled paper contains printed text, colored inks, and dyes. To remove these materials, the pulp enters a deinking system. Special chemicals and air flotation technology separate ink particles from the paper fibers. Tiny air bubbles attach to the ink and carry it to the surface where it is removed as foam. This process dramatically improves the brightness and cleanliness of the recycled pulp. Additional washing systems further purify the fibers. After deinking, the pulp begins to resemble the clean white material used for tissue manufacturing. Stage 6. Pulp refining and quality improvement. Next, the cleaned pulp enters refining machines. These machines carefully treat the fibers to improve softness, strength, absorbency, and overall paper quality. The refining process adjusts the fiber structure, helping the fibers bond together more effectively during sheet formation. Water content, fiber consistency, and pulp properties are continuously monitored by automated control systems. At this stage, manufacturers may also blend different fiber grades to achieve specific product characteristics. The finished pulp is now ready to become paper once again. Stage sheet formation. The refined pulp is pumped to a massive tissue paper machine. The pulp mixture is evenly distributed onto a rapidly moving forming screen. As the screen travels forward, water drains away through thousands of tiny openings. What remains is a thin layer of interlocked cellulose fibers. Although extremely fragile at this point, the sheet gradually gains strength as more moisture is removed. The formation process must be carefully controlled to ensure uniform thickness and consistent product quality. This stage marks the moment when the recycled fibers begin taking the shape of tissue paper. Stage 8. Pressing and drying. The newly formed paper sheet still contains a large amount of moisture. To remove this water, the sheet passes through a series of press rollers. The rollers squeeze out excess water while improving sheet consistency. Next, the paper enters massive heated drying cylinders. These giant rotating drums use controlled heat to evaporate the remaining moisture. As the sheet moves across the drying surfaces, it becomes lighter, stronger, and softer. The drying process is one of the most energy-intensive stages of production. By the time the sheet exits the dryer, it has become continuous tissue paper ready for conversion. Stage 9, Jumbo Roll Winding. After drying, the tissue paper is wound onto enormous parent rolls. These jumbo rolls can contain several kilometers of tissue paper and weigh hundreds of kilograms. Automated winding systems maintain precise tension throughout the process to prevent wrinkles and defects. The giant rolls are then transported to the converting section where they will be transformed into individual toilet paper rolls. As stage 10, row winding and embossing. The jumbo tissue rolls are loaded into high-speed converting machines. The paper is unwound and rewound onto smaller cardboard cores. At this stage, embossing rollers may add decorative patterns to the tissue surface. These patterns improve softness, appearance, and absorbency. The machines carefully control sheet alignment and roll diameter to ensure consistency across every product. Thousands of rolls can be produced every hour with remarkable precision. Stage 11, cutting and roll formation. Once rewound, long logs of tissue rolls move into automatic cutting machines. High-speed blades slice the logs into individual toilet paper rolls. Each roll is cut to an exact width and inspected for defects. The finished rolls continue moving along conveyor belts in perfectly organized rows. At this point, the product has achieved its final shape and dimensions. Stage 12, quality inspection. Before packaging, every batch undergoes strict quality control checks. Automated sensors inspect roll size, sheet count, softness, thickness, and overall appearance. Vision systems detect tears, wrinkles, alignment issues, and manufacturing defects. Any rolls that fail inspection are automatically removed from the production line. Only products meeting factory standards proceed to packaging. Stage 13, packaging and shipping. The approved toilet paper rolls enter automated packaging machines. Robotic systems group the rolls into multi-pack configurations. Protective plastic wrapping or paper packaging is applied before labels and product information are added. Finished packages are stacked into cartons and prepared for shipment. Palletizing robots arrange the cartons for efficient transportation and storage. The completed products are then distributed to supermarkets, wholesalers, retailers, and customers worldwide. Conclusion: what began as discarded waste paper has now been transformed into soft, hygienic toilet paper through a remarkable recycling and manufacturing process. Using advanced machinery, precise engineering, and continuous production systems, modern factories are able to convert recycled materials into essential everyday products while reducing waste and conserving natural resources. This is the incredible journey of waste paper becoming toilet paper.